Greetings, conscious entrepreneurs. I'm Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. We're going to talk today on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show about the power of a smile. Why? Because in creating a level of influence that allows us to attract and to fish people to our way of life and to our mindset, we have to know what physical attributes are important and the power of certain physical attributes when it comes to attracting people. Because at the end of the day, we want to be attractive. We want to be so attractive that people come to us and say, what do you do? Who are you? What do you sell? How'd you get to looking like this? And how'd you become that? This is how attractive we want to become, because the idea is that we always want to understand that we are fishers of men and women. And that's through our influence. That's through being an asset. That's through being a good person. But it's also through our physicality. So we want to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the power of a smile and what it does not only to the person you're smiling at, but what it does to you, and how a smile can help to release the energy of transformation and revolution that flows through your face. I would say transformation, revolution, and revelation that creates a certain blood flow and a certain skin color and a certain vibe. So that's important. Listen, make sure that we are keeping ourselves healthy out here. Of course, we should be wearing our masks and socially distancing. But I also want to say to you that make sure that you are doing everything you can to prevent yourself from having the risk factors that make you susceptible to COVID-19. And a lot of those risk factors are cardiovascular risk factors. So make sure that you're not smoking. Under no uncertain terms should you be smoking right now. Not at all. Okay. What's the next risk factor? High blood pressure, or actually I should say blood pressure, because whether it's too high or too low, it can create some kind of abnormality in your vessels, your arteries, your veins, and your lymphatic system. And that abnormality can cause you to have vascular disease, which then makes you susceptible to the COVID-19 virus, which we now know is vasculotropic. Okay, so blood pressure. How do we deal with that? Through exercise. We should be exercising every single day. If you don't have a gym to go to, or you can't get outside and walk, I don't care if you do push-ups and jumping jacks right in your living room, run the stairs in your house, walk up and down the floor, do some sit-ups, do things right there that you can do in your home while you're quarantining, but you should be working out every day. Get that heart rate up every day to increase that blood flow and regulate your blood pressure. The next thing is high cholesterol. You want to make sure that your diet is supportive of both a healthy blood pressure as well as a healthy cholesterol level. And let me tell you something about blood pressure, because one of the things that we know at MIVC is that oftentimes, I won't say oftentimes, a lot of the regulated blood pressure that is out there was tested and designed by people who don't look like you and I, who don't weigh the same as you and I. So if you have a big 6'5", 200 and something pound-year-old man, now I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to tell you what I know from being a part owner of a surgery center and a micro hospital. If you 6'5" and you weigh 200 and some pounds, you should not be having no blood pressure of 115/70. That's not enough pressure to get blood throughout your body. So don't let them tell you that your blood pressure needs to be 110/70 or 80, and you 6'5" and you weigh 250 pounds. You're going to start to have all kinds of other problems. Your organs are not going to get blood flow. Your kidneys are not going to get enough blood flow. Your heart's not going to pump enough to get the blood flowing through the massive size of your body. So those things we have to be mindful about. Not getting it too low. You're going to have erectile dysfunction. nothing's going to work because there's not enough blood flow. Okay. So there's that. So exercise will help you to regulate your blood pressure and get you at a healthy, normal level that works for your body. Okay. Including your cholesterol levels. There's also the risk factor of diabetes that makes you susceptible to COVID-19. What does that mean? Diet, exercise, maintaining our sugar levels if we've already been diagnosed as a diabetic. And there's no such thing as pre-diabetes. You either have it or you don't. Pre-diabetes may just mean that it's at a stage where it's reversible, but there's no such thing as pre-diabetic. You're either diabetic or you're not. And you either need to implement the lifestyle changes that you need to implement or you don't. We need to make sure that we are exercising in our diet. I cannot stress that enough. Okay. There's smoking, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, being over the age of 50, which a lot of us can't do anything about, right? But the bad thing about it now is that people who are susceptible to cardiovascular disease, what we're seeing are as young as 30 and 35 years old, coming in, having had experienced strokes and heart attacks and arrhythmias and uncontrolled hypertension and high cholesterol and glucose levels that are off the chart. It's interesting now because age, it's transcending age. And then being overweight, a lot of people don't call that a risk factor. They call the other ones I just named risk factors, because just because you're overweight does not necessarily mean that you are susceptible to cardiovascular disease. However, if we are overweight, we need to be working out. We need to be getting to a healthy level. We need to be exercising those muscles, and the muscles can push blood and waste and get rid of that waste in your body, and it can push the blood through your body. It's going to move your lymphatic systems. So you can go to our website at the Minimally Invasive Vascular Center, MIVCMD.com. That was not what I was going to talk about on this video, but whatever it is, it just is at this point. I just try to flow and submit. But at the end of the day, we want to be attractive. We want to be healthy. We want to be overcomers. And so being attractive is also being healthy. And it's also knowing the power of the attributes that you have. There's power in the eyes. There's power in the smile. And even though we're wearing masks, there's a way to get that energy of a smile across so that as you're doing business, it impacts the other people that you're doing business with. So we're going to talk about that on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show today. So what you do at noon Eastern time, click the link in the bio, press listen live, and then it's going to take you to the WOL News Talk Radio website, and then you just go to the top of their page and click live again. That's at noon Eastern time. All right. Don't forget to get y'all Sajdah House commemorative Elijah coins. You want to go to sajdahhouse.com to do that. And we'll see y'all at noon. Peace.